Hello. Um, uh, Everything seems to be working. I'm just finishing to set up some stuff. And finally you can see my beautiful little, what do you call it? Interface? Twitch interface. And I think it's gonna be matching the game pretty well because we're playing Doki Doki Literature Plus. I'm really excited because I played the first game in 2017 when it came out, and I don't really remember anything about it. I don't know if you can hear the sound of the game, but it seems like it's okay, and I'm gonna lower it a little bit because when I saw it on the other streams, it seemed like it was a bit too loud. The alert box is working. Socials, okay, everything is on. That's perfect. Gonna launch the game. And yeah. Okay, let's go. All characters in this game are over the age of 18. I'm glad they're precising so. That wasn't so clear in the first game. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Beware. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game, so please, if you do, beware. Would you like to review detailed content warnings which contain spoilers? No. Alternatively, in-game content warnings can be enabled in the settings menu at any time. Guess no. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region, and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree, let's go! Oh, look at them waifus! I miss them. I love the music. Oh, it's been so long, I miss them. Okay, please enter your name. So I am Seni. Yes, let's go. Yeah, no. I can't wait, so excited. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayuri, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend that you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But she's going to chase. Oh, the sound of the game is a bit loud. Like this? Tell me. But this music is super catchy. It didn't change. Weird. Oh. Is it better now? It worked. Okay, tell me if there's anything else I can change. Better yep. Yay! But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayuri catch up to me. I overslept again, but I got you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Sandy. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But did you wait for me? But you did wait for me after all. Hello, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayuri. um, we cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Sunny, haven't decided on a club to join yet. I'll just be lurking. I'm a bit preoccupied. No worries. Enjoy your time. Have you decided to join a club yet? A club? I told you already. No, I told you already. I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many oh no, that's me. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayuri likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending free time on games and anime. Oh, that's accurate. I was talking about how I'm worried that you didn't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And now you know you're just happy, but I die at the thought of at the thought of becoming a NEET after a few years because you're not used to the real world. What's a NEET? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised that I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The music is so catchy! The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. This game is really accurate. Clubs. Sayuri wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Good choice. Hello, Sayuri. Sayuri must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayuri. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Sayuri is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made me cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can keep. I can't tell if Sayuri is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out, look at her, oh my god. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake. Good plan. Yes, let's go. My character is really in sync with me, I love that. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I mean, that's a fair trade, honestly. I dejectedly follow Sayuri across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayuri, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Oh. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. That's waifu right there. Girl number 1, also known as Yuri. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayuri always says nice things about you. What voice am I gonna give her? Seriously, what a boy! Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Sunny, what a nice surprise! Welcome to the club! All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly beautiful girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry, Natsuki. It's hard. This girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayuri. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayuri says that quietly. Crap. Well, who's Sayuri again? Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayuri and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Sunny. When she does that, it's just, okay, whatever. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. Oh, don't say that. No, Monika's totally in my league. I'm gonna get that Monika. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little, you too, Monika. Come sit down, Sunny. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. I don't know what voice to give her. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayuri mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayuri. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayuri. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Well, Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Hehehe, well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayuri grabs one at first, then Monika. I follow, and I take 15 of them. It's delicious. Sayuri talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face that is absolutely repulsive. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. I do not like her. She is creeping me out, and she does not look like she's 18. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like... Haven't I heard this someone before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did, Sayuri said. Well, maybe. But not for you, you know. You. Dummy. Alright. I don't know why I'm giving Natsuki a grandma's voice, but it just seems very fitting. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set. Oh no, that's me. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Ah, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. Oh, cute. Cute. Yuri's cute. I mean that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. That's really accurate. I hate reading, I just do. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Why does she stand like that? She looks like a horse. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayuri and then stayed for the titties. Well, I haven't joined any club yet, and Sayuri seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and excited for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Haha, well, to be honest, I can stand up the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Oh, she looks so sweet and welcoming and pleasant and a good person. Monica really is a great leader. Yeah, she really is. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. There's as many people in her club as there are on my stream. That's amazing. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Yeah, literature is not that great of a subject. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yay! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls interested in the same goal and all equally as cute. Well, some more cute than others. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Sunny, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. No, I really don't. Manga. That's a good answer. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Not her. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Thank you. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. She's depressed and they're telling me this game is not for depressed people. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. Oh, thank you! Just Alan 30 for following. Make yourself at home. Welcome to my bedroom. Enjoy the game. I'm so glad you're here. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. That's understandable, Like, not liking people, being unsociable, and finding your joy in other domains. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Really. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something that I can relate to at the minimal level. Yuri does talk a lot for someone who's timid. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock, yeah. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that, but if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Oh, I hate horror. She's not 18, I can tell you she is freaking 12 years old. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Don't fucking look at me. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poem, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayuri slides behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems. Well, I guess I do sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. No, probably not. Not a very confident writer, I see. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You're so deep. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. So inspirational. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We'll sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. And there it starts. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yay! Let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Yes, because that's what we're really striving to do. Isn't that right? Absolutely, absolutely. Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Oh, right back at you, Monika. Hold on, there's still one problem. What is that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said that I would join this club. Sayuri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls because... I mean, you know, how am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? When they look like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided. That was pretty easy. I join the literature club, and it begins. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sayuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Back off, Sayuri. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. I kinda did, though. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to ring the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Sunny, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. I really, really don't, because I can't. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Of course we can. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Sunny, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayuri and I never walk home together because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the clubroom and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? I mean, perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls, or perhaps all four of them. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Let's do it! It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. So, I am gonna go with Yuri because I love Yuri. She's tall, she's beautiful, she has long purple hair, she's creepy, she's unsociable. Everything that I love, you know? So, let's go with fantasy. What? How is that her? Yuri just told me she likes fantasy. Frightening? Okay, she's the weird, scary one. Fear. What? Okay, I've got one in each right now. So probably like death or graveyard. Climax. Cheer, fireworks, precious, shopping, effulgent. I don't know what either of those mean. Aura. Spinning, suicide, vanilla, anime, not that one. Hair, memories, vitality. Vitality? Yes! Kawaii, explode, massacre, unrequited, prayer, whistle, analysis. Yes! Yes! Marshmallow, entropy, wrath, chocolate, essence, blanket, feather, clouds, papa, sensation. I'm gonna go with sensation. Yes, damn, I'm good at this. Forgive, vivid, rain cloud, lipstick, electricity, calm, games, ribbon, existence. Oh hell yeah, Yuri in the pocket. Defeat, unrestrained, philosophy, excitement, laugh, rose, treasure, breathe, philosophy. Yeah. Play, amazing, cute, hope, uncanny, disoriented, heaven sent, question, clumsy, heaven sent? Oh hell yeah! Uncontrollable misery, horror, email, vertigo, bunny, incongruent, cry, hop, cry. Oh no. Flower, special, nightgown, daydream, nightgown. No! Scars, anxiety, vacation. That bitch is anxious as fuck. Fireflies, Doki Doki, beauty, lust, agonizing. Bed. Who's bed? Oh, okay. Yeah, because she loves to sleep. Candy, pink, foreign, chum, despise, sticky, inferno. I don't know. Bliss, sunny. Yuri's really into horror. Heart, shame, puppy, sing, incapable, joy, crimson, pure, flee, incapable. That's so weird. Pout, dream, ocean, destiny, empty. These are so long. I didn't remember them being so long. Lollipop, determination. I wonder if determination could be Yuri, because she seems so depressed and hopeless. It's probably not her. Eternity. Yeah. Depression. No! Okay, it wasn't Yuri. Depression wasn't Yuri. I saw wrong on that one, my bad. Hi again, Sunny. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Sunny. Yuri loves me, hell yeah. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. This bitch! Sayori told me she didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end. Bitch, you're 12. Don't talk to me like that. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who is that small and who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Ooh, shame on you. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. That's hella cringe. Manga is literature. It sure is, though. It really is. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Sunny always gives it his best. Yeah, because I'm a guy. I'm a hot, sexy boy, anime boy in this game. Gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me work. With busy work without me even asking. I do that? I'm not sure. Like cooking, cleaning my room? Absolutely not. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy. It's distracting. Do not look at my room. And you almost set your house on fire. I did too, actually. With instant ramen, I put them in the microwave and without water. I forgot the water, and they became black. And the house had smoke everywhere. Anyway, is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Sunny can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Look at her face. She's like, yeah. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori, me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like it's a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Yes. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I'm a big alpha male, as you can tell. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So a nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. That is such a powerful sentence, you know? Alpha move. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. That was smart though. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. She doesn't know me, but I appreciate the gesture. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. Wow, thank you. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. I do. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She's also kind of creepy, She even picked out a book she thinks I like. She thinks I like, or she knows because she spied on me. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheered conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki, I didn't read. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. So she doesn't know the book? Ah, Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. Triple dot. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her a bit uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. I was focused, and I probably wouldn't have noticed it. Oh, if I was focused. Probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... That's not what I meant. I mean, just happened to buy 2 of them. I see, and she's a liar. That's hot. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. I don't know why I'm trying to make her British. She's not. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. I kinda wanna read that. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark terror came from nowhere. Ahaha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. You're not a fan of that sort of thing, Sunny? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. Actually, yeah, it seems really great. I hope it exists in real life. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. She talks a freaking lot. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange, new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. We have a little bit of foreshadowing over here. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be naive. To be the naive one of relating their one-sided morals. Morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. She does talk a freaking lot, yeah. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all, and I signed up for it, so... that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. How? What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. Damn, Yuri she has not felt human touch in a while. That is reading in company with someone. I see. She's in the literature club, what do you mean? Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry, I mean... Haha, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead, I use my right hand to hold the book open. Guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Ooh, that's cute. Yuri takes... bots, yeah. I don't know how to delete them, actually. Doesn't really matter. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her left thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Is it getting hot in here? It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own something that I did not read. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. It's oddly specific. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Didn't we just talk trash about the main character like 5 minutes ago? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remained silent for a moment. But Sunny, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, that's so embarrassing that you think I'm that way. I didn't mean in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know if you're self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Damn, girl! Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer if I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference, either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. Yeah, my relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone is ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Yuri, 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 I can't wait! Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf, torn from a spiral notebook. On the other, so artsy. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Actually, kind of want to end by Yuri. Let's start by Natsuki because I don't like her. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday and I got one word that matched Natsuki. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. She's gonna despise me. Sunny, if you're not going to take this stuff seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What do you expect me to believe? That you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. Well, I'll start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Yeah. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Well, thank you. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyways, I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Probably. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. Why that's really deep now. Wow. Yeah, I told you you were gonna like it. No, I loved it. I like it. Yeah. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express— oh, no, that's me— to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. I didn't even notice. It helps bring out the feelings in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did— oh, so she is young. Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. Didn't really care how old everyone— you kinda do though. But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. You kinda do care about how old everyone is. Who should I show my poem to next? Sayuri. We're going in order of who I like less to who I like less to who I like more. This is a good poem, Senyi. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course, it's not that good. Oh, it's not that good. Am I the kind of guy that would be writing poems in his spare time? I mean, why not, you know? I guess you're right, but that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Senyi, deep down you're not selfish at all, you know? What do you mean deep down? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayuri. I'm not sure if Sayuri sees the full picture of my motive here. The full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That would be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Hehehe. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. That's a very particular ending. Sorry, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. It's probably better than what I came up with. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or should I put it, it sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made egg and toast. Even though you were late to school, that's a very me thing to do. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Now we go to... Oh, no! I pressed Yuri. No! As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Oh, what was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Ooh, he's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. So why am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay, this is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing that I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their sides very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Well, Natsuki, yeah, and Sayori, well, we talk about food, so that's always a good feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Really? How? You couldn't ask how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. No, you can talk about Natsuki. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Look at that face! Doesn't look like she's apologizing to anyone. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, that is supposed to be a literature. Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm is breathing. Oh, what does that say? Calm, comma, breathe. Okay. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. That's actually a really pretty poem. You know, I did literature for quite a bit of time, like 3 years, English lit, and well, I'm not really in the mood to analyze this poem, but it's really pretty. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Yeah, it is. It's so cute. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Cindy. No, it's about me and my future and my alter ego. I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you and I did glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of, see, I was right, of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solid, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. My character is kind of stupid, honestly. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. A thing or two, maybe more than that. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Sunny. Well, didn't realize friends did English lit, because I was in an international high school, because I went to the United States for 3 years, and then I came back and didn't want to lose my English, so I went into an international high school, and that's why I had English lit. But usually we don't have it. So I studied Shakespeare and Oscar Wilde and all of that. Me too. Me too. Who should I show? I don't have a choice. Hi, Sunny. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, pretty fancy if I do say so myself. But I really enjoyed it. It was amazing, my time there. And English literature was pretty interesting, actually. It was really enlightening. I adore Oscar Wilde. Really? Which book do you like from him? I only wait, was Oscar Wilde The Importance of Being Earnest? I completely forgot. But yeah, we studied him a hell lot, and it was very interesting. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club... Oh yeah, The Importance of Being Earnest, because you said you know a lot about the Victorian era. The importance of being earnest is in the Victorian era, I think so. Yeah, I understand why you like him now. If you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Cindy. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Sunny. I was going ooh, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. Hey, that's a great tip for life in general. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing. I sure do. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayuri, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. Oh, I'm gonna head to bed. Sorry for the short. No worries. Good night. Have an amazing night. Thank you for passing by. It was really nice. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while. Yes, enjoy. Thank you. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I always help you find what suits you the most, so don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them, or no, I really do. I really do have to impress them. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Oh, right, Monica. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Ooh, kinda long. Hole in a wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction of the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. This is so strange. Couldn't have been me. Noisy neighbor. Peer inside for a clue. Okay, she's really looking out. I'm confused. So what do you think? Oh, she's talking about me. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. So I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Aha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. That was the inspiration. What was the inspiration behind this one? Oh, well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica reading tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. It's also much easier when the game proposes you a bunch of words and you just click on them. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone is judging me from my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Well, except maybe, Sayori and Natsuki. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into, but worth it a little bit. Across the room, Sayuri and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. It's always these two. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Recipe for disaster. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Disgust. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I'm here! Finally got you! Thank you for being here! Welcome! I'm so glad you're here. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism of something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayuri liked it, and Senny did too. Well, I lied, So based on that, I gladly give you some suggestions. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. What time is what is the time there right now? It's actually 1:10, 1:20 a.m. What is the time where you are? I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Depressing. And Sunny liked my poem too, He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to express a new member, Yuri. 5:23 p.m. Oh, good for you. It's all the day. That's not what I. You're stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Senny appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Senny started showing up. What is this game called? It's Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, because we actually the first game, Doki Doki Literature Club, came out in 2017. And it was a huge success. It was free on Steam, actually, and now they made a second one, which is this one, and apparently it's even more scarier than the first one, so that's why I can't wait to play it. It's actually a sort of horror game. It's a visual novel, but it gets really, really creepy, with like suicide and death and all of that. So yeah. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Senny, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out to the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Let me explain that to her, Senny. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Sunny? Goddamn, that's crazy. Yeah, I've never heard of it before. It's a more Europe game. No, actually, I think it was pretty worldwide. I've seen a lot of Americans play it. Well, I've also seen English people play it, like PewDiePie. But PewDiePie is a pretty international YouTuber. So I think it's pretty everywhere. But obviously it's in a Japanese style. It's called Doki Doki, so I guess it's Japanese. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course, that is going to be Yuri. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because of someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand, Yuri. You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing, no matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they are still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. You think... something... Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped. At this point, being defiant. That's fair. Well, thought I would come say hi. I'm going to grab some dinner, but I pop by after. Enjoy the stream. I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Have a good dinner. Thank you so much for coming by. I might not be there afterwards, though. I think I'm gonna end that episode soon. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pleasure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayuri, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches, I didn't read, damn it. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands and throws it into the trash. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri, how could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? I'm such a big freaking simp on her. You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Annie, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. Or it's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Well, what thing did Natsuki say? Did I not? Maybe I didn't pay attention. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Sonia, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poem will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn a little more about all the kinds... I did learn a little more about all the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Sunny, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayuri beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayuri and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayuri, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? Between Yuri and Sayuri. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. At least one of them is. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see what they'd made good friends with you. Phew. You know, Singing, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayuri still hasn't got onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Huh? Well, I'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayuri. I pat Sayuri on the shoulder, hey mate. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayuri as an internal monologue sometimes. That's all fair. Poor Sayuri. Okay, yeah, let's do this. I guess that concludes our first episode of Doki Doki. I hope you enjoyed. I really like this game. It seems like it's a comfort game for now, because it's very calm and kind of funny, kind of sweet, kind of cute. But, you know, it gets really extremely dark, and I can't wait to get into that. So thank you so much for coming on to the stream, coming on to the YouTube video. I'm so glad you were here, and I will see you on Doki Doki and other videos next time to, you know, flirt a little bit with Yuri. Thank you. Bye. See you next